4x4s. And this is when you really do know the competition is coming towards a conclusion. 2 heats, or 2 semis if you want to call them that. And then the finals tomorrow. Switzerland on the outside. Quickest athletes on 2 and 4. Good quartet from Ukraine. They were 6th in Doha. Watch for Kachuk and Rizakova, the 2 400-meter hurdlers going on the 3rd and 4th legs. The Netherlands made the final in 2019 and last year in Tokyo. Watch out for Klaver on the 2nd leg and see how fast the silver medalist from the 4 hurdles, Bol, will go on anchor. Coetzee's had a really good season, 51.5. She's by far and away the quickest of the 4 South Africans in lane 5. Germany go in 4. Big target to chase with the South Africans outsider. Coetzee will take some chasing down. This is Lacoste. Pretty even in terms of their abilities. Big smile from the French, they're ready. And an excellent quartet. You'd expect nothing less from the United States, especially on home turf. And all eyes will be on Felix on the 2nd leg after picking up a bronze in the mixed 4x4. Great Britain have an excellent record when it comes to the women's 4x4. Just off the podium in Doha, 5th in Tokyo. They will feel like they're ready for an upgrade. Victoria Uhuragu, younger sister to Olympic champion Christina Uhuragu, goes on the 3rd leg. So Great Britain in 1, USA 2, France 3, Germany 4, South Africa 5, Netherlands 6, Ukraine 7, Switzerland in lane 8. This is the first of 2 semi-finals in the women's 4x4. The first 3 plus 2 non-automatic qualifiers across the 2 semis coming back for the finals at the end of the championship tomorrow night. This is a long, long leg. Watch for Coetzee, the South African, giving chase to Oosterwegel of the Netherlands. But in fact, it's Schwab who's gone out very hard indeed. The German just inside the South African. Good running from our Pippi on the inside, and Talitha Diggs has already closed down on Lacoste. The American coming through on the inside, with the Briton now just about appearing in your screen. Remember, it's a bit deceptive at the moment because it takes a long time for the stagger to unwind on this first leg. Lemons on the outside for Switzerland, but Diggs has run really well from that tight lane too, you know. The Americans going well. USA lead, pretty tight in 2nd. And they will break from the bend round the back straight. Lavia Nielsen of Great Britain has come through into 2nd place behind Alison Felix. And let's take a moment to savour the roar for this once in a 2-generation athlete. Klaver's coming well into 3rd place. Nielsen beginning to close down on Alison Felix. This might be the last time we see Alison Felix representing the United States, unless they qualify for the final and put her in the team. But she knows it's about the team and not her, so her work is finished. USA from Great Britain. Oh, and that's such a shame. There was a fall on that Dutch changeover from Klaver to Peters. Peters is back on her feet, and remember, they've got Bol on the anchor leg, and she ran like a woman possessed on the last leg of the mixed 4x4 to bring the Dutch home with the bronze. So they're not out of it yet, the Dutch. They're in 4th. Switzerland are in 3rd, but this is the battle between, on the left of picture, it's Whitney of the USA with Uhuragu of Great Britain, coached by her older sister, who have won so many individual and 4x4 medals. USA and Great Britain should be comfortable here unless there's a drop of the baton. This, remember, is the end of leg 3 going on to 4. USA from Great Britain. Switzerland still in 3rd place, but that leg from Kachuk, the 400-meter hurdle specialist, was fabulous by the Ukrainian. Bol's got a massive, massive deficit to make up, but she's flying and will be riding high off the confidence of getting that silver medal in the 4 hurdles last night. So watch for the Dutch woman to close in the battle for third. Stepter Baines and Nicola Yergin. USA and Great Britain are a long, long way clear. It's going to get very tight in the battle for third. They just need to stay on their feet now, these two, and they will be smoothly through to the final. Listen to the noise. You'd think this was for the gold, not just to get to the final. The crowd are absolutely captivated by this race. Stepter Baines is getting a little bit tired. It doesn't matter. The USA take it from Great Britain, and look at Femke Bol. Yes, incredibly, she does bring them home in third, just ahead of the French. I would love to know what that split was by Femke Bol, courtesy of the fall and the mix-up between Klaver and Peters at the end of the second leg and the start of the third. Bol ended up starting in about last place, and she somehow brought the Dutch home for the third automatic spot. The French will have to wait and see, but USA and Great Britain were in a class of their own there, and we will see both teams in the final. I guess the question is whether we will get to see Allyson Felix again, or whether we have unequivocally brought the curtain down on her international career. Plenty going on in that one, and the two big teams got through.
Well, Rob, when duty calls, Allyson Felix answers, and this is how much confidence they have in Allyson Felix. They put her on the second leg. You got to have an experienced runner on the second leg, so you take it after the 3-turn stagger, run it in your lane, hit the break over there, and she absolutely just gave the U.S. a huge, insurmountable lead. But what I love about the prelims in the 4x4, especially for the United States, is they don't know whether they're going to run in the finals, and so they have an opportunity in the prelims just to run absolutely as hard as they can. You saw Jade Stepter Baines really drop the hammer. There's the changeover. Allyson Felix to Kaylin Whitney. Kaylin Whitney was here in 2014 for the World Junior Championships. He was running the 1 and the 2. But the Netherlands, what a recovery. They managed to pick the baton up, and then Femke Bol brought them all the way back.
Well, I was half keeping my eye on that, because first and second was hosed and home and hosed. Stepter Baines was definitely wading through some treacle towards the end there, and Yergin looked like she had a little bit more running in her legs, but it didn't matter. First and second for USA and Great Britain, and Bol storming up on the outside. And at some stage we will get to see the splits. And I'm sure the Frenchwoman, Brossier, must have thought, oh, this is great, we've got an automatic spot. As it is, the French and the Swiss have an anxious wait to see whether 3:28.89 and 3:29.11 is quick enough. And Dan's got a quicker computer system than me. He's got it at 49.38 for Femke Bol. Wow. Allyson Felix, the unofficial split for her, 50.61. Nicola Yergin on that anchor leg, 50.52, so a couple of tenths ahead of the American. But what a finish by Femke Bol in the 49s. Well, it had to be, because she came from miles behind. A high five. Peters and Klaver will feel awful, but it was just one of those things. I'm not sure it was either of their fault, but they're lucky they had somebody as fast as Bol on the anchor leg.
Wow, Likey Klaver, 49.63 on her leg. What a championship she's really put in from day one. She's been running.
USA, Great Britain and the Netherlands are automatically through. The French and the Swiss will have to wait and see. So we get this great graphic nowadays, which tells you fairly quickly who was the fastest on each leg. The Netherlands, yeah, as you said, Lieke Klaver, and then even faster by Bol at the end, 49.38. Excellent run on that third leg by Victoria Uhuregu. No wonder, learning from her sister, Christina Uhuregu, not only an individual Olympic champion, but twice a world champion.